Good Tuesday morning on this August 12th. I'm meteorologist Byron Douglas. Good morning to you, William, Tommy, Judy. Thanks for tuning in. Audrey, we appreciate all of you. This is our streaming platform. Casey and Mitch will be along in a moment. We do this each weekday at 8:30. We had quite a bit of lightning around the area this morning, especially between about 3:30 and 5:30 this morning. Wasn't associated with any severe thunderstorms. Heat advisories are well out to our west, and then we have some down right along astride the Mississippi, down through Greenville, Greenwood, Mississippi, up through, looks like east there, Monroe, Louisiana. But generally they are to our south, even though we're going to have temperatures above normal. Here's a heat index forecast, and we want to say happy first day of school in Edwards County, Illinois, Davis County schools in Kentucky, along with Owensboro Catholic. Here's the heat index, 95 up to 100. Some of the guidance was showing up as high as 102, 103. This just updated. So if you're going to be out this afternoon, pretty typical heat and humidity for this time of the year. And the air quality alerts. We've been pretty blessed this summer. We've had timely rainfall. That wildfire smoke from Canada is up and affecting areas there in the UP, Wisconsin, back through Minnesota, and then off to New York City, and then out towards Boston in those locations. So we've only had one day, as I can recall, that we had poor air quality alerts, or had one air quality alert, but nothing here on the board. Let's do, maybe you're just having that, I've just loaded up the coffee here, and maybe you're at work, want me to do a little nowcasting here on Doppler. These showers are generally running away from the viewing area, running southwest to the northeast. Oaktown, up northern stretches there of Knox County, where some of those peaches are in there. And you got the melons and things like that up there, what they're known for there in Knox County, Indiana. And then some showers up along Interstate 70. And then you have some lightning there in the Cumberland Mountains west of Knoxville, Tennessee. Little disturbance, no airport delays through Atlanta, Charlotte, our usual connections. And there's a little tropical disturbance as you go off the panhandle there and west of Tampa, Gulf Shores, and these areas. And some tropical moisture, not associated with the tropical storm. It's not going to be upgraded to a hurricane or anything like that. Aaron is well out to our east. 91 and 72, I'm going to take this full here, take a look at the almanac page. You had 101 back in 2010, which was a hot August, 3 or 4 record highs on the books from 2010, and 50 in 1967. So that's a look at the almanac page. Running down the current temps, have an 80 now in Madisonville. Shout out to Peggy, Katie, Joan, Lauren. Hey, Mitch is in the house. We're going to give a shout out to Mitch Carter. It's his 1-year anniversary since anchoring 14 News Sunrise. He has done an excellent job. Case will have more on that in a moment. All right, let's take a look at the Muggy meter. The dew point at one time this morning was at 69. It's jumped to 73. So you can expect that heat index that I showed you in the mid-90s, that's going to register about 100 to 102 during the afternoon. This is an outlook from the Climate Prediction Center. We are guiding above normal. This will take us to the 22nd of August. Now, this comes from the Climate Prediction Center in NOAA. And even some of the outlooks up to about September 1st, which would kick off meteorological fall, we're going to be guiding above normal. Precipitation, this just updated, kind of near, if not slightly above average. By the way, we had 2600s here at the station this morning in the rain gauge. Outside of that, we've only had 1300s for the month. But that's looking into the future. So as we go hour by hour, this will match up with our 14 First Alert weather app. I went up to even chances for showers and storms. Now, we've already had some rain this morning, but especially as we go into the afternoon and evening. So here's the latest computer model guidance, the graph model, showing some showers in here, about 50% coverage across the areas we go through tonight. The severe weather threats are low. We're not even risk for any severe thunderstorms. And I'll show you that in a moment. A general risk could have winds at 20 to 30, but that generally sets up from Indy, Lafayette, Chicago, Fort Wayne, and Green Bay up to about Madison, Wisconsin for any severe weather threats. And then some areas there out looks like to be northern Michigan. As we go to Wednesday, kind of more of the same, where we'll have these daily chances for showers and storms during the afternoon. during prime heating during that time frame. And then Wednesday and Thursday, the overall severe weather threats are low. All right, we're going to take the 7-day here full. We keep it pretty short and sweet when we don't have a lot of active weather going on. As we take a look at Wednesday at 89, 89 on Thursday, and then the weekend doesn't meet the criteria for a heat advisory, but 95 on Saturday, 96 on Sunday. And that heat index would be about 102 to 105. Thanks for tuning in. William said bring on the rain. We are going to have some chances, but over the weekend will be fairly dry. And with those temps on Saturday and Sunday in the mid-90s. Mitch will be along in a moment.
Stay informed on your local news and weather throughout the day by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows. At 8:30 a.m., get your First Alert forecast to plan the day ahead and catch up on the news that happened overnight with the 14 News Sunrise team. In the afternoon, get the latest headlines, forecasts, and a preview of the stories we're working on with the 14 First Alert streaming show at 2:30. And get an in-depth look at the 14 First Alert forecast so you're ready for the next big thing with the 14 First Alert weather show at 9 p.m. Watch the 14 First Alert streaming show that fits your schedule and works best for you. Streaming on your phone by downloading the 14 News app and the 14 First Alert weather app. On your smart TV by using the 14 News streaming app. And stream anytime on Facebook, YouTube, or on 14news.com. Stay connected and stay informed by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows on your favorite streaming devices.
Well, good morning, and thanks for joining us here for the news portion of our 8:30 stream show. I'm Mitch Carter.
And I'm Casey Mason. Yeah, we appreciate you tuning in. You know the drill. Every day at 8:30, Byron kicks it off with a little weather, and he's heading out the door now, leaving it to us.
Yes.
We're going to pull some top headlines for you today to kind of go over. And really, again, the theme today is we're talking back to school. So,
That's right.
Mitch Carter, I'll let you take it away.
Let's do it. Well, this morning we've got schools in all three of our states heading back today, starting off in Davis County here, where public school returns today. District leaders want to remind elementary school parents out there, school is starting at 7:35 this year, so if you forgot about that, you're about an hour late right now. But, of course, a big change there. And staying here at the elementary level, a reminder here that Kentucky Senate Bill 167 is now in effect. And that means your students will be required to learn cursive writing as a part of the new curriculum there. Did you learn cursive back in the day?
You know, we did learn cursive, and I was surprised to hear that they had to bring it back because truly
I didn't know it left.
I do like a mix, a combo. Sometimes I write in print, sometimes cursive, sometimes a mashup of both.
Me too.
And either way, I still have terrible handwriting.
Yeah,
as
I
an
had that
adult.
same issue. We had to get cursive licenses when I was in elementary school. It was kind of fun. If you could write in
Wow.
cursive, you got like a little picture ID thing saying you could. It was neat. But I didn't know it had ever left. I thought everyone kind of had to do
That's
that.
what, when we read the story today, I was like, I didn't know it had left.
Yeah.
So that's what I said. We actually, also speaking of leaving, we read a story yesterday about how AOL is finally parting ways with dial-up. So see, time marches on, folks. So
It
a
took
couple
their
of these
time.
stories are aging us here.
Wow.
All right, and then moving on, we're also going to talk about some more back-to-school stories here. This one's going to be taking place for Owensboro Catholic schools. They are also welcoming their students back to the class today. This year is a big milestone because all year long, the schools are celebrating 75 years of service. They're going to do this all year long. There's several events that are going to happen to celebrate this milestone, including an alumni lunch this Friday. It's happening after the Mass takes place at Owensboro Catholic High School. And hey, if you would like to RSVP on this, you can actually head over to the Owensboro Catholic pages, their Facebook page there.
There you
So
go.
ahead
And, you know,
sign up for that.
Staying in Kentucky here, going to the collegiate level. We've talked about this all morning. Bresh University kicked off a special academic year on Monday because the school is celebrating its 100th year after being founded back in 1925. The university president credits the school's teaching method for its longstanding success, and Brescia officials say they take a more holistic approach to learning, focusing on the health of the mind, body, and spirit. New President Madison Silvert says students helping students is also what helps make the school so special.
Is to love others. We get educated so that we can do that more fully, so that we are the best possible people that we can be to fulfill that mission of loving others.
Well, Silvert says enrollment numbers are up for the incoming freshman class here, and the new president's inauguration ceremony is happening on Friday. Starts with the mass at 11 o'clock, followed by the ceremony there and a family picnic.
All right, and finally here, a few other tri-state schools returning today. This includes Ohio and Webster County schools in Kentucky. Then over in Indiana, you've got North Spencer School Corporation welcoming students back. And in Illinois, Edwards County High School is in session. And just a reminder for those attending the high school there, you have a 1:30 dismissal today for a teacher workday. So not too bad. You get to leave a little early.
Yeah, a couple hours in there, call it a day. That's not too bad.
We were actually talking about how since the pandemic, a couple of school districts, they do like a wave. I know last week on the news we kept saying, you know, students A through K, K through Z. The reasoning for that is they really liked it when they started kind of giving people a chance to come back in through waves.
Right.
It was less overwhelming for students and staff. And I have a friend that's a staff member at North, and she was telling me how really it's kind of like they get 3 first days in a school year.
That is
'cause
nice.
They have the staff come in, then the first round of students, then the second, and then everyone's back in the building by the end of the week.
I
So
could definitely see also
Yeah.
the amount of kids in
Yes.
the EVSC and schools to do that. I get it. It's a lot of students.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but as far as this morning goes here, we talked to Byron, waking up this morning earlier than most. You and I saw some rain on the way and a little bit of lightning, but that is all moved out of here now. Of course, Byron Douglas keeping weather short today. Nothing to talk about is good news. Obviously, it's
yes, I had to come running in here for. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, it's our time. Okay,
He took
I'm a
his
little
time
flustered.
there.
Yeah,
But,
yeah. Hey,
it-
that's- no news is good news. sometimes
Absolutely,
on the
absolutely.
weather
We need the
front.
rain. It's coming in now, which is
Yeah.
good news. Of course, Byron will have more on that as the week continues here. But for us right now, it is 8:42 here on your Tuesday morning. I think we're good if you're good. I'm fine.
I am good to head out, guys.
Let's
We
do it.
appreciate you tuning in. Again, you know the drill. We'll be right back here at 8:30. Of course, our other streaming show with our evening crew will kick off around 2:30 today. You know the drill. Weather, some top headlines. They'll be teasing what's to come this evening. But as for us, we will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Have a good day.